Hello everyone, this is Dimlord Urza, and I'm very excited to announce to all of you that myself and Rage Katana have officially created a tier list for use in the competitive community where we can sort of look at all of these characters and judge them as a base of where they lie in a tier list. And here we've separated each into 4 tiers. We have S+, S, A, and B. And basically going off of this, S plus would be your broken characters, S would be your top tier characters, A tier would be your great characters, and B in this tier list serves to be just viable in that they can be used competitively. So sort of the basis of how we judged each of these characters is we assumed each character based on their full capabilities, how good the character would be if you fully utilized them, if you had a perfect team around them, and that's sort of how we judged each character. So a few people might have issues with some of the placements, or if your character didn't make it on this list. So we're just kind of gonna go over how we feel about each of these characters and their respective tiers. So I have with me Rage Katana and Playco, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the characters and share our thoughts on basically the tier list. So we can start from B tier, and here at the bottom we've got Kakazu, Storm 3 Madara.
Garbage.
Kakazu, Storm 3 Madara, second Mizukage, Mifune, Hinata, fourth Kazekage, PTS Naruto, Hanzo, Tail Beast Bomb Naruto, PTS Gaara, Warfan Madara, and then the 3 Sasuke's, 5 Kage Summit, Chidori True Spear, EMS, and then Masked Man, Asuma, and leading the top of B tier we have second Hokage and Daru. So a fair amount of characters of B tier. As far as what I think the majority of these characters I'm not going to spend too much time talking about because there's a lot to cover, but just roughly going over some of them. Kakazu was probably the most controversial selection for this. Playco had a lot of issues with the Kakazu, but at the end of the day, I feel that Kakazu has a lot of utility in his character that other characters lack, and that's why I personally pushed him to be taking this bottom spot here. So with Kakazu, I feel that he has a top, I'm gonna say a top 6 awakening. I feel that he has a decent air combo. He has a decent jutsu. And I mean, you might say that he doesn't combo too much on guard. I know there's complaints about certain parts of his character, but I think in general he is okay, and I think he has certain fittings in certain teams for competitive. So I'm just gonna pass it over to Rage. Let's see, Rage or Playco, do you have any thoughts on Kakazu?
Isn't it only 3 hits he does on guard? That's terrible.
No, I would agree that using him as a main the whole game isn't going to be very great, but using him as like a role-playing character, like not really playing as him much as a main, but more using him for his jutsu and then switching to him for awakening, and
right,
you know, kind of using him in the air for his air combo. I think he's a viable character using him that way.
He has a good grab when someone's jump guarding in his face.
Alright, so, and as far as these other characters, I know we're not going to spend too much time on them, but Storm 3 Madara, he's barely viable because, I mean,
his first hit sucks.
His first hit is, I mean, I'm sure everyone watching this video knows that first hits are a pretty big deal, especially in competitive. And
you can dash with him sometimes, do a chakra dash, and his first hit will like not connect and make him just block. And considering he doesn't have any sort of things in his combo to continue, using chakra dash is your only like way to do that other than switching. So
Right.
having that be one of his only options, and having that not really connect all the time, especially when the opponent has no subs at all, that can really ruin a game.
Right, right. And of course, we're talking about his faults, but at the same time, he is a viable character. And this is because, at least in my opinion, he's a strike back and his fireballs are still pretty decent. And just.
I think his hits that come out after the first one are pretty good. They have a lot of range on it. And
Right.
his awakening is really good too.
You do a leader switch combo with him and get like a nice stun off. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
leader switch combo is good with him. His awakening is good.
you can stun lock with his tilt when you cancel at the right time.
Yeah, his tilt is pretty good. That can be used on a lot of characters for on guard.
Yeah, and I would argue that his awakening is decent. It's not amazing, but it certainly has a lot of range and can sometimes
you
be
can use
good.
a support combo for the jutsu and then go into a different combo with someone else, which can be really good because he can do up to 2 hits on his awakening support combo.
Right. Okay, so that's pretty much Storm 3 Madara, and then after him we have second Mizukage, and I'm not going to spend too much time on him because he's pretty straightforward why he's here. He's a cover fire. He's similar to Tamari, but a little worse, and literally that's
worse by a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
worse by a lot, but still a decent
Still
cover
good.
fire.
Yeah.
And because of that, he's used competitively. So yeah, I mean, he has other things in his move list. He's got a pretty decent tilt. His square combos actually connect, which Rage
them, I
experimented
think.
with, which makes him
And his
better
down
than
combo
most.
connects.
Yeah, that makes him better than most long range characters.
I don't
Oh.
even know if it connects at all spots, but it was connecting his down combo in certain spots.
Right. Okay.
So
And Playco, you have any thoughts on second Mizukage? Or
For what I know, his air combo has a back hit on it, or like he redirects it if you're behind him.
Yeah.
And if his second hit in his square combo does connect for his air square combo, you can follow that up with a dash and get them on the ground with a combo.
Right.
Sometimes you can't dash through his square combos because he throws out like a lot at once, and it
Yeah,
gets
some
in
of
the
them
way.
have priority over dashes, certain
If you
ones,
do
but
his-
that's
if
usually
you do
further in
his-
the combo.
If you do his air square, it's pretty good when you switch.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that pretty much solidifies him in that spot, bottom 3 B tier. Right after him, we've got Mifune, and Mifune the samurai we have as the 4th in B tier. So Mifune, I think, has a lot of good things in his moveset. He has, let's see, he has a tilt that can escape on guard. He has decent combos. His combos are relatively fast. His air combo is okay. His jutsu can catch people off guard, and his awakening is pretty decent because the bumper abilities can, as far as I know, they hit people on ground, right?
I'm
They
pretty
hit him while they're
Playco,
guarding.
does the bumper go through guard,
Like-
doesn't it?
Yeah, and they go.
Yeah,
they
it
can
goes
even
through guard.
go up in the air.
Yeah.
It aims at people jumping in the air, hopping up and down.
Yeah.
And I think he could do his full up combo on guard, right?
I think they
think.
can ninja move away
Most of
from
it,
it
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, Mifune is a decent character. He's not amazing, but you might see him in competitive.
You're gonna use him for his jutsu because it's great at keeping away.
Yeah, you can use his jutsu and switch back to him to stall out while you wait for your subs, which is really helpful because his is really quick for doing that.
Right. Okay, so right above Mifune, we have the Hyuga princess, Hinata Hyuga. And I know a lot of you love Hinata, and Hinata's your waifu. So you might be glad to know she is a competitive character. one of the main pushers for this character, I would say, is iPal. I've seen him use Hinata a lot. I don't know if you guys know of anyone else,
Playco
but
really wanted to push Hinata. He was telling me.
Yeah, I think her jutsu's coming clutch.
Both her jutsus are really good, right,
Right.
Playco?
Yeah.
and I just want to say before I forget, for those watching this video, we're gonna talk a little bit about characters that didn't really make the list or just barely made the list after we're done with all this, because I know people like Yamanaka's Poison might be
Oh my
disappointed to not see your Eno on this list, but we'll get to addressing all that after. Yeah, so Hinata, when we talk about her, Playco in particular likes her rotation jutsu, and she has other things in her moveset that I think are good. I think her awakening is good.
Her
I think-
awakening is really good.
Yeah,
Both her jutsus are good, both of them. Her combos are pretty decent. They're not great, but they're not bad by
You
any means.
can't really tilt out of them.
Yeah,
and that's
there's
pretty
no
good.
breaks in her combos. Well, no
Right.
huge ones to use.
She
And
she
also-
falls short at having a really bad tilt. It's so bad.
Yeah, her
her
tilt
air
is bad,
combo
but her
doesn't-
combo pressure and her jutsus are pretty good.
Her air combo doesn't do strike back anymore.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that pretty much covers Hinata. She's a decent character, if anything.
She's worth trying.
Okay, and then above Hinata, we've got fourth Kazekage. And some of you might be wondering why he's on this list. Some of you might be wondering you've never seen this character used. And to be honest, in my impression of this character is that he's underutilized. I think that's how Playco and Rage feel as well. He's not used too much, but he has a lot of great things in his moveset. Especially,
He has a jutsu that hits
Yeah, you
multiple
can go ahead.
times. He has a back hit in his air combo. His down combo, you can sub the end of it and it'll still connect. His neutral combo will hit.
guard.
Yeah,
Guard
he'll
break.
do his full. Yeah, he'll do his full combo on guard. His neutral combo, you can be like 5 feet out of it, that'll still connect. And it has amazing range on his combos. Some of them.
And
so
his
that's really
and his
good.
grab is an anti-air.
yeah.
His grab you can't jump over. So
I would
have to
argue
do
his
inside.
damage output is very good.
yeah, his damage is really good because of how quick his combos are, and how easily you can dash into the next one.
And if you're a styler, you can directional jump his down combo to make it an infinite.
Yeah.
Now, and also his grab is, I love his grab because it can hit people jumping.
Anti-air, you can't jump.
Yeah. Now, I would say pretty much with fourth Kazekage, the main things holding him back are his tilt, which is probably his worst move, and maybe.
That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably about it.
tilt.
Just
Things
he's
not
got
tilt.
he doesn't have a usable tilt, so that holds him back.
He's kind of like Hinata with, they're both kind of just, they're good in a lot of things, but their tilts are just holding them back for having options of getting out of guard pressure combos.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's the biggest thing.
So after fourth Kazekage, we've got PTS Naruto, and
Oh
when it
my
comes to, so this is a character that we think can potentially rise immensely in the tier list, but
Yeah.
he's not. At the moment he's not explored very much, but he has a lot of things going for him, as Rage and Playco have tested.
I found. Yeah, he
And
has
I'm
a
just
bunch-
gonna let these guys talk about him mostly because they know a lot. So go ahead.
He has a lot of guard pressure. You can't counter his on guard when he's doing his down combo if you do it quick enough. He's like a mini version of Kakashi.
Oh my
wouldn't-
god.
I wouldn't say that his jutsu is like as good, but it's still really good because that thing can make like 7 360s in a row around you and affect you. That thing hits you on guard like 6 times and kind of stays
Oh my
there
god.
and gives you options to get over there and kind of get on them. And I think his combos have decent range. better than a lot of other characters. I would say that his grab is decent. I think he's just a pretty good character overall. I wouldn't say he's a great character though, which is why he's not all the way up. His tilt is kind of, but it is usable in some cases.
Sure. All right. So,
Playco.
yeah. What do you think?
I can't wait to use them.
Yeah, I know. I showed you that on guard pressure with his down combo where you can't get out of it. You can't counter it. He's like the Kakashi's Raikage.
All right, and for everyone watching, of course, Playco's dream is to take down Masked Kaguya with PTS Naruto. So hopefully he can achieve that. So next on the tier list, we got Hanzo the Salamander. And Hanzo is a pretty good character. To be honest, pre-patch he was one of my mains, so I have quite a bit of experience, but I haven't used him post-patch, but he still has a lot of utilities. His tilt is very good, his combos have decent range. I'm pretty sure he can still do his full up combo on guard, right? So that's good combo pressure.
Good tilt.
His awakening is pretty good.
Yeah, his poison thing goes like across the map with his one bumper, I think.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to say about him?
He has 2 infinites.
He has 2 infinites. He has a pretty good awakening. Let's see. His combos are good. Like he can do a lot on guard. His tilt isn't bad. I mean, that's pretty good. He's just overall a decent character. The only thing kind of holding him back is his jutsu not being great.
His jutsu is a Playco hates his jutsu.
It's his guy's booze.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Alright. Well, let's see. After Hanzo, we've got Tail Beast Bomb Naruto. And, I mean, I feel like this character is pretty straightforward. There's not much to say about him. He's got pretty decent hitboxes. Air Rasengan is, in my opinion, probably one of the best air jutsus in the game. So that's always useful to have. He's also a strike back, always good. Not much else to say.
His jutsu in the air, him being a strike back. Let's see here. His first hit is really good. You could wait for them to dash your block when you're a little bit in the air and then just mash them and get a hit confirmed. That's pretty good.
That jutsu hits, that takes a lot of chakra away.
Yeah. The thing that's kind of holding him back from being higher is that his combos drop in like any edge of the map. His tilt sucks. And he subs in the same spot a lot of the times, which is pretty dumb.
His awakening has terrible dash control.
Yeah, his awakening's pretty... Well, I wouldn't say his awakening's bad. I think it's just very... it's kind of hard to use.
Okay, so after Tail Beast Bomb Naruto, we've got PTS Gaara. And this is a character I used to see a lot in competitive, but not so much anymore. And I think that's because people have been starting to learn how to deal with him a bit better. But regardless, he still has some really good things. I think his jutsu in particular, the sand shower, is really good for getting in.
His mash is pretty good.
His mash has decent range.
His on guard is pretty decent.
It's hard to tilt out of his guard pressure.
Yeah, his on guard is good. His jutsu is good.
Even his tilt.
Yeah, his tilt has his tilt, since it goes all the way around him, if you sub that and then walk up to him, even from the sand from behind him, it can hit you and knock you to the ground.
Quote unquote, the ultimate defense.
Yeah.
Right. And Gaara in this tier list, he kind of marks the point where it's getting from the bottom towards the middle, towards the top, so he kind of defines what a mid-viable character is. So, above PTS Gaara, we've got Warfan Madara. And I don't know too much about this character, honestly, so I'll let Rage and Playco talk.
Um, his combos are good. Let's see here. His tilt isn't that bad. You can use that on certain
It lasts
characters.
pretty long.
Yeah, and it lasts a while. What else?
His down combo has a stun lock where you dash cancel. His up combo
You can cancel off his down combo.
You can use switch when he does the wind, and you can pop the
Yeah,
metal.
he has a button lock in his up combo. Let's see here. His jutsus are good. Like, he has a few options for the jutsus, which I think they're all pretty good. Not great, but I think they're good.
Yeah.
His combos are really his biggest thing, I would say. What do you think, Playco?
That's it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any major flaws like other characters do. I mean, you look at some of the previous characters.
I'll just say real quick,
Certain
things.
Combos. They could be a little faster.
All of these B tier characters are kind of like, one similarity between all of them is they're all pretty decent, but they don't have that one, or they don't have the qualities that A tier characters have, which we'll get into when we talk about that. But just wanted to mention that there's kind of a differentiation between those two tiers. The A tier characters have much better options and are much more versatile in general. So above Warfan Madara, we've got 3 Sasuke's, 5 Kage, Summit Sasuke, Chidori True Spear, and EMS. I think we can talk about all 3 of these at once. I mean, you know, it's Sasuke, he's got to be a viable character. I mean, it wouldn't be a Naruto game if he wasn't.
He's Sasuke. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you guys pretty much know about Sasuke. I don't think there's much to go over, but I will say, for this particular order, the reason we have EMS at the top is because I think EMS is probably the best out of the 3, simply because his combo string has the longest reach. His tilt is okay, even though it's been nerfed. But
a good ultimate.
Yeah, good ultimate.
That his Inferno slash thing, it's not that bad. I've been using it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
His Awakening is great.
His Awakening is really good.
And he has invincibility frames on his ultimate. Now that heavy Sasuke, he has good mash, and he has a 3-hit gel if you directional jump it, but it's gonna take skill for you to pull it off, but it's a gel. He has a down combo, and he has invincibility frames on his ultimate too. His tilt, before he makes the jump, you have to switch, and it's a stun lock confirm. Very good.
Yeah.
And his grab is anti-air.
Right. Okay, so above those 3 Sasukes, we've got Masked Man. And I have a little bit to say about him because I think this is a very fitting spot. Masked Man as a character I see as having a very important role in the team. And that would, to me, come down to his jutsu. And the fact that you can call out Masked Man in almost any situation and switch to him and be across the map. And aside from that, he is a strike back, which is always very good.
His
tilt has a stun lock.
He's down combo too early, you still get hit by it, which is good.
Right, and he has conversions he can go off of his down combo if you counter. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with him. I would say that this character is not easy to use compared to the others, but he's a very technical character, and if you work with his utilities, he could be very good.
His jutsu isn't really meant to be very offensive. It's usually meant for getting out of a lot of situations, but that can still be really helpful.
And some notable players who use Masked Man, we could say, are Hirosuke Nomi. He pushes the character a lot. I use him from time to time, not too much, but
yeah, he's okay. He has like stuff he can do with like a counter. I mean, they took out the stuns for counters, but the way his works, he pulls you back. So doing that, you can still continue your combo. I think his
Yeah.
awakening is pretty good too. If you use the awakening, you can use the bumper and continue the combo as well, which is pretty nice. Plus, it's
Right.
hard to get in on him in a way.
Okay, and after Masked Man, we've got the top 3 in B tier. And at number 3, we have sitting Asuma. And in my opinion, I think Playco pushes Asuma more than anyone else. I haven't really seen too many people use him, so I'm gonna let Playco talk about Asuma. Anything to say?
The team I use for Asuma. Well, what's good about some of these, most of these B tier characters is that you're able to, like it. Well, when it comes to team building, like there's a lot of good options that come from the B tier, even if they're not like the greatest, like A tier. But yeah,
They fill a lot of roles.
Yeah, they fill like a lot of roles to make a team work.
Right.
His down combo is pretty. It's a stun lock, so you can get max damage off it with an ultimate and a pill like Hidan.
Does he have a jail?
Yeah, some characters can tilt out of it though,
Okay.
and it doesn't work on tall characters. So
And I think you might be able to say his awakening is probably top 10.
his awakening combos are better than Danzo's, and the reason is that he only has one break on his combo, while Danzo has multiple breaks when you're up close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just crazy damage.
Right. So I think I agreed with this spot because I think Asuma has a lot of things going for him. I can't think of too much of a weak spot for him besides maybe his tilt. And
But if you manage to get that tilt off, then you can
His jutsu is kind of
you can switch at the right time
kind
and
of-
stun lock.
his tilt does have a stun lock.
yeah,
His jutsu is kind of iffy. You have to
No,
use
it's-
that very situational.
Yeah, that's do it. It's so situational, but when it connects, it sends the person flying back, which is pretty good.
And doesn't it sub them in the same spot if they sub the wrong way?
another thing. That's great.
yeah. All right, and above Asuma, we've got second Hokage, and personally, I really like this character. I think he's very good. He's a strike back. His jutsu is very good. His awakening is actually insanely good in my experience.
His tilt is a stun lock.
Yeah.
You could do his up combo into a guard break pill, which is good. Even his neutral combo, you can connect it with his jutsu and it does crazy damage.
His up combo has a lot of guard pressure, especially doing like a switch into another character, maybe with like a chakra dash or something.
You know,
So all around a very decent character.
his jutsu can make you 7 the same spot.
Yeah, his jutsu is really good. It has a really big hitbox. You can kind of go over it if you know how to, and you can also kind of, I would say that's a big thing. You can kind of get around his jutsu if you know how, and also his tilt it's decent, but you can't really use it when
It definitely works.
What happened?
It definitely works.
Yeah, it works for certain situations, but on a lot of characters with top tier combos, you can't really use it to get out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't dash through it.
Yeah.
Alright, so after second Hokage, we've got Daruri at the top of B. And this is a character I don't use myself, but I see a lot of people use him, and he has a lot of nice things going for him. He's got an up combo that can convert into almost anything else off of the little shockwave he sends. He can dash after that. He has really good follow-ups. His tilt is kind of like second Hokage's in a way.
His tilt is better, in my opinion.
when you do
You
Darwin's
can do
tilt
a-
on someone's guard, they can't tilt out of it. So
Yeah,
they're
they can't
jailed.
kill out of it.
It's
They're
great.
jailed. And also, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of do. You could kind of like send out a support dash and then kind of use his tilt right after for
Right.
a
And
confirm on guard.
his jutsu is also an excellent long-range jutsu.
Yeah, his jutsu is really good.
Very good
Yes.
tracking and can also cause guard pressure.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
The only thing he doesn't really have is good awakening actions. They suck.
Yeah, his awakening's kind of not super great.
Right.
And also his tilt is good for a lot of situations, but you can't really use it on guard as much as just like second Hokage, so that kind of holds his character back a little bit.
Yeah.
They're still really good characters, like, to fill roles. Like, they're not bad characters by any means. Like, if you need a certain role to be filled, they would be great characters on certain teams. But by themselves, they kind of are missing things that would make them great.
Yeah. And so that kind of transitions into A tier now. And we're probably going to spend a lot more time on these characters because these are the characters you see most often in competitive, I would argue, even more than B or S. This makes up pretty much the bulk of clan battles and 2v2s. So
Yeah.
what defines these characters from B and above are the following. It's pretty much all these characters are great. They pretty much more or less have all the tools they need really to win. It's just a matter of how you use them. And they also, when you get to pretty much towards the top of A tier, it gets to a point where they can pretty much fit into most teams. You don't have to worry so much about team composition. But so I guess we could just get started from the bottom of A. This is a character that I just newly added after I made this, actually, because Playco brought it up to me. Mecha Naruto.
Do not sleep on him.
Yeah.
And if any of you guys have joined my player match, of course you've heard Power Charge Ikanio, because that's my voice line. But I am a fan of Mecha Naruto, but I don't use him that much. But Playco discovered a lot of good things about him, so I'll let him talk mostly.
The first person I saw using him was Kawaki, or Hollow X Getsuka, whatever that dumbass name is. But yeah, when I have my team with Mecha Naruto, the right team, he has 2 jails, an infinite, a pretty good jutsu that redirects and when you switch out of it, it can set your person in the same spot and you set it up right. And I managed to get it off a lot of the times. And a pretty good grab it's good for people that like to wait, then you just randomly do a grab and it works.
Also has 2 different jails, right?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Even his awakening is not that bad.
He's just a good character overall.
Yeah.
The only thing that's not that he could have better is a tilt. That's all.
It's still usable in circumstances though.
Right.
It's not super great, but you can use it.
So pretty much just a good character to start off A tier. And above Mecha Naruto we have Mitsuki. And pretty much everyone in this community knows he's mostly utilized for his support jutsu. And he's got probably one of the best support jutsus in the game. Surely based off the fact that he throws out 3 sonic blades, he turns, they cause knockback and insane chip damage.
Yeah, and doesn't it goes through things too, right, Playco?
It goes through the Doku for Taiya, it
goes through certain things. It goes, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
that's also helpful.
His tilt is pretty, you can't dash through it sometimes and it has a really long range. So it's good for people that like to switch with the blue dash. And he has an up combo infinite.
right. And Mitsuki, I would argue, could probably fit into most teams. He's a very versatile character just because of how good his jutsu is. Um, Aside from that, he's a break guard, and a lot of people don't really think break guards are that good, but they have a very important place. I would argue. Break guards can sometimes make or break losing a life, and so it's not always a bad support type to have.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that pretty much sums up Mitsuki. His everything else about him is kind of what you would expect. I would say that his jutsu is what carries him as a character, and I could safely say he's the best Road to Boruto character. So above Mitsuki,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay. Above Mitsuki we have Orochimaru, and
He's good.
he's a good character. I don't know really what to say, but he's
His jutsu is good. His chakra dash is really good. Oh my god. Right,
Oh,
Playco?
when you dash with him, he can dash through anyone's button mash, which is even someone like Nichi. Oh my god. And
So
so
he can dash through mash. He can
Yeah,
dash
yes,
through breaks too, right, Playco?
his down combo is
Oh my god.
it does the full down he can do the full down combo when the guard's broken.
his ultimate has invincibility frames.
His neutral combo, you can at a certain part you can switch and pop a pill and even do an ultimate on
His
his up
jutsu
combo.
is really good.
His up
Yeah.
combo has no breaks. He has probably the best jutsu to do keep away, and it's an anti-air. In his awakening, when you have no subs, you can sub with R2, and it takes away some of your health, and you're able to sub.
Yeah, his awakening, you can waste a little bit of your health for the option to sub again. When you
Which
have
we
no
don't,
subs
we're
left.
not clear if it's, well, we kind of think it's a glitch, but we're not too sure.
No.
In this game. Or in
Yeah.
No, that's meant to be there.
Oh, it's meant to be there? Okay.
Yeah, you did that against the Four Tails, remember?
Yeah, that's meant to be there. Dylan.
Okay. Alright, well, I'd just like to finalize that by saying, I think Orochimaru, as a character, I see him as also a counterpick character, against certain others like Mei, or characters that try to zone just because of Orochimaru's unique chakra dash, which no other character has, where he can,
Yeah, and also
pretty much
it
dodge
goes
a
through
lot.
the maxi.
yeah. So all around, Orochimaru's a great character. I wouldn't say he has a lot of weaknesses, if any.
This
So
is tilt.
yeah. And after Orochimaru, we have Sakon and Yukon. And this is a character I've tried to pick up recently because I think he's all around just an awesome character. In my opinion, he has, God, if I have to go through everything, he's got an amazing tilt, a decent jutsu, a very decent jutsu that can block off a lot of attacks. He's kind of a mashy character. It's certain times it's hard to dash him when he's doing combos. What else? His up combo fully connects on guard. He could do his whole up combo on guard. His awakening is actually really good. It's just a little bit harder to use than others, but I feel like it's still a decent awakening. And yeah, I think all around Sakon is a great character. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
He has a jail that you have to time. I don't know what. It's pretty early in his combo, but when you do the jump air combo to jail, you just have to time it right, and it works. His jutsu is good for helping characters like Danzo awaken. His tilt is good at keeping it subs you multiple times, and it's a launcher, and it's able to make people not approach you, which is great. He's able to do his full neutral combo after a guard break.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so that pretty much wraps up Sakon. We can safely say he's the second best of the Sound 4. and the first we'll get to much later. I'm sure you all know. So right after Sakon, we've got Shisui Uchiha. And this is a character, to be honest, that I kind of slept on. I didn't really think he was that good, but seeing him a lot in competitive, and people like Yamanaka's Poison and Playco uses him a bit, they really kind of push the character, and he's got a lot. He really does. His jutsu lingers for a long time, and it's also pretty good. Very good zoning technique. His ultimate teleports him across the map. His combos are pretty good. His up combos.
His up combo on guard. That's
Yeah,
great.
Does he do the full up combo on guard?
Yeah.
Pretty much, and you can't really tilt out of it.
Only some characters can tilt.
Yeah, only really quick tilts, which makes him really good.
Yeah, and he's also, as Playco mentioned before when we talked about it, he's a counter pick for puppet characters, so that's also pretty notable.
What he has over
Also for versing a different character we'll get to.
When Shisui does his jutsu, he's able to throw out as many fire things, up to 3, as he wants. But with Mitsuki, he's forced to use 3, which that's a plus
Yeah.
for Shisui.
What do you guys think about his awakening? Pretty decent.
Oh, his weight is pretty good. His combo should be in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, his awakening's good, but not the greatest.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much Shisui's a great character. Above Shisui, we've got Kankuro. And this is the only puppet master on the tier list. He's the only viable, the only A-tier puppet master. And potentially could go higher. I mean, there's a lot of characters that have pushed Kankuro. A lot of people, I'm sorry, players that have pushed Kankuro. Dilica, Shizo, and Jester Gambler. A lot of players that have used this character, and he has a lot of things going for him. He has an infinite air combo, which is pretty annoying. I don't know too much about Puppet Masters, but Playco's trying to pick up Kankuro, so I guess I'll let him talk about the intricacies.
With all the times I've used this character, with all puppets, they take even with Kankuro being the best puppet, he still takes a lot of skill to use and execution.
Probably, what do you think it's fair to say he has? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You have to utilize like the fact that he can do multiple dashes in an instant, like a dash into a grab. You have to utilize everything to make him work, and it pays off. And characters like Kankuro, they have to rely on good support setups to back him up.
Yeah, most definitely. Probably has the highest skill cap in the game for any character.
You are never to awaken with him. His awakening is useless. Oh, terrible.
Alright, good advice from Playco. Don't awaken with Kankuro, you're a retard. Alright, if you're picking up Kankuro, keep that in mind. So above Kankuro we have Danzo. This was my previous main when I first started getting into competitive. I think he has a lot of great things, a lot of amazing things actually. He has arguably one of the best tilts, probably top 10 at the very least. His jutsu is extremely good. It can go through pretty much the enemy's whole team, depending on when you time it. He's got really nice awakening, probably a top 5 awakening for sure. And I would say his only main weaknesses are his air combo, which is very bad, and probably his third hit, which you can counter. But aside from that, I think he has a very good use in a team.
Everything.
Yeah, as far as support Jitsu and a pocket awakening, he could have a good spot in the team for sure. What do you guys think?
I think he's just overall a good character. Like a really
he's overall good. You can't, and he has good hitboxes on his legs.
Yeah.
What, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And,
Alright, yeah.
Well, at the same time, you can't be dumb. Like, you can't just use him like in a brain dead way. You have to still think.
Right, for sure. Alright, and above Danzo, we have Itachi Uchiha. And I'm just going to say that in all of Storm, there's two characters that I think have perfect design as a character, and Itachi is one of them, and Pain is the other. I think with Itachi's character design, he has everything he needs to win against any other character, but it just comes down to... Yeah, it just comes down to how you use him, but Itachi is really a perfectly designed character. He has everything you need. He has a very least top 10 till, if not top 5. Air Fireball has insane priority. His Fireball is all around a great Jitsu. He's got 2 infinites. He's got...
3.
Or 3 infinites.
He's got a neutral combo Hollow Step infinite as well.
Yeah.
We're not going to use that term here. It's just direction.
His ultimate Jitsu is... I actually love his ultimate Jitsu because it has invincibility frames. Yeah. So all around, he's just great.
He has good Jutsu options.
His awakening is good too. Yeah, Playco uses the Amaterasu one because that's also good in certain situations.
And I just want to say, for testament of how well designed Itachi is, he's one of the most used characters in competitive, and yet you hardly hear anyone complain about him. So I think that shows something. So above Itachi, we have Last Sasuke, and this is a character that is... I mean, we might call him Little Brain Dead, but he's very straightforward, and he's straightforward and effective. He has his Inferno Fireball is one of the best air jutsus in the game. Some of the best hitboxes. His first hit is one of the best in the game, I would argue. He's got probably the easiest infinite in the game, and this is why we're calling him Brain Dead, because a lot of things about this character are pretty easy.
And I think he's the only character that has like an air combo stun lock, which takes a lot of good timing. You gotta really practice with that to pull him off.
I mean, you guys all have experienced Last Sasuke. Again, one of the most used characters in competitive. So I don't think we should talk about him a lot.
Minato.
Alright, so above Last Sasuke, we have Minato. And Minato is a very good character. And Rage and Playco have been kind of conversing about whether or not he should be higher or lower, but I think this is a very good spot for him. He's not broken, but he has a lot of things that are very good, especially his ninja movement, which in my experience is one of the fastest in the game.
And his chakra shuriken.
Chakra shuriken. Yeah, and yeah, he suffered a big nerf, but I still think with the correct team setup, he can be used very well and can be very competitive.
You need to have support surrounding him to make him stand out. Most of the time, his awakening is useless.
Yeah, his awakening sucks.
You can't dash with his awakening action, so you're just opened. His grab is useless.
Yeah, his grab is not the greatest. He has 2 infinites right at the beginning of his combo.
He has, yeah.
He does. He has one when he kicks, and then one right after that with the shuriken.
Yeah, and then the down combo, you can use the pill.
Yeah. What else? He's just a great character, mostly for his chakra shuriken and mobility. I would say that his jutsu is pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's great, but I think it serves a role if you have like 2 ranged jutsus already and you kind of need like a melee type one. One that runs at you.
Yeah. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up Minato. I think he's all around a great character. I think he's what defines a solid A tier character. And above Minato, we've got Mei, the Mizukage, and she is, in my opinion, a pocket character because she has a very straightforward purpose. Generally, when you see a Mei in competitive, it's for zoning and it's for using water bullets across the map. So she's got a lot. She's got zoning ability. She has an invincibility frame in her combo that can block off a lot of things. She's got
invisible.
Yeah, invisible, and she's got jutsu that hits on the ground that has pretty good tracking. Does a lot of damage.
And when you're in the air, if someone has an air combo on you, you can call her out and she'll actually save you.
Yeah,
It's
she
crazy.
can
Yeah.
She can hit people in the air if you're not too high up.
Her awakening actions aren't bad either.
They're not terrible.
She can also convert her air combos into ground combos, which is
No,
pretty crazy.
That's really good.
You can do her air combo and before the lava, I think. You can switch and throw a kunai and it's a stun lock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her
Yeah,
grab
so-
is kind of really garbage.
Yeah,
It's
they really
it's
nerfed
really
her grab over
Her
the
grab
years.
is terrible.
Terrible.
You should never use her grab if you use her.
Alright, if you're picking
Ever.
up this character, don't use her fucking grab. It's terrible.
That's garbage. That's the
Alright.
worst grab in the game.
Oh god. Okay. Well, Rage is not a fan of Mizukage's grab. But aside from that, she's pretty good. So, above Mizukage, we've got Killer Bee. Of course, not the Samehada Killer Bee, not to confuse the two, because they're very different. Samehada Killer Bee is what we might call fried fish in the competitive community.
Oh no.
But as far as this Killer Bee, now this is a good one. He's used a lot because he has a lot of things. His support jutsu subs you in the same spot.
If
His
you don't know how to
Yeah, great
you'll
support
stun the
jutsu.
spot.
great support jutsu. Break guard, which
tilt.
is good. Great tilt. His
Great
his tilt is extremely good for closing in on someone, especially if you're low on chakra, or to just
Good for getting
use
out and
mix up.
stuff too. That thing's pretty quick.
Yeah.
He has a down-
Air combo
when you
is
do
pretty
his down
good.
combo- When you do his down
Yeah,
combo,
his air
you
combo
can pop
does a
the
lot
ball.
of damage.
You can
His
pop the
down
ball.
combo does a lot of guard pressure.
If you do his the first part of his combo where he does the kicks, you can switch and you get a nice stun off it, like with Mater to do an ultimate.
Yeah. Like Playco was saying, also his down combo you can cancel into a guard break pill, and if you time it
Attack
correctly,
pill.
you can cancel into other pills too, like speed, attack up, and yeah,
Yeah.
and you can cancel that into a team ultimate, but not a regular one. It's not quick enough for that.
And when you use Killer Bee, do not use his awakening. Oh my god.
Yeah, his awakening is one of the worst big awakenings in the game, if not the worst. Which is kind of
Yes. So anyone picking up Killer Bee, do not go into the octopus form. Not a good decision. But yeah, all around Killer Bee is a great character. I can see him fitting into a lot of teams. So above Killer Bee, we've got Sarada. And when it comes to this character, I think Sarada has a lot of interesting things about her. And what I love about her design is that she is probably one of the easiest characters to pick up, but her skill cap is still there because you can still do fancy things with her. Her tilt is very, in my opinion, is very good because it can close off approach options. Um, she's a very zony character because along with her tilt, she's got the second kunai in her combo string, which can stop chakra dashes. It deals a lot of damage. It's very fast. So she's actually a very mashy character, and that's why I say she's easy to use.
You could do the two-hit chakra shuriken, the two-hit shuriken in her combo into chakra dash. Oh my god!
And not only is she great defensively, but she's also insanely good offensively because her air combo is very fast. She could do her full up combo on guard.
Do her full neutral on a guard break.
Her air jutsu is actually really good if you use it correctly, in my opinion, because it leaves a trail and you can time it for guard pressure. So all around,
use it in the air too. That's really helpful.
I think Sarada just has a lot, and she's definitely a great character. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, give her those awakening accents from the shitty Sarada. Oh my god.
Yeah, the other Sarada is I don't know, how would you describe the other Sarada compared to this one?
Not on this list. That's what I'm gonna say. She's not
that's like comparing Bill Cosby to before and after he got framed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Alright. Well, maybe not quite on that level, but you guys get the idea. So, above Sarada we have Ten Tails Obito. And this is what I would say is the definitive counterpick character. Strictly because his jutsu can remove entire zoning options and camping options. It's a jutsu that goes through pretty much everything in the game and across the map. So if you're fighting any team that's camping with Six Paths Madara jutsus, or I don't know, just staying back, throwing jutsus around, you can just use that Obito.
Yeah, for using Inferno Fireball, Six Path Madara jutsu, a bunch of that crap.
And that's just his jutsu, and then he's got a lot of other great things. His combos have great priority.
He has a two-hit stun. He has a button lock in his neutral. He has a cancel in his up combo and his down combo.
His second hit, it overrides counters. It has priority over counters.
You can't counter his second hit because it's a projectile type thing. And it stops certain jutsu.
His awakening is... he has a good grab in his awakening.
Yeah, his awakening's good, but I don't think it's super great.
If you just keep doing his first two hits and dash, it does good amount of damage. And his jutsu has multiple hits and an awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
And did you touch on his awakening?
Yeah.
Yeah. The awakening's pretty decent. So above Obito, we've got Six Paths Sasuke, and arguably the best Sasuke in the game. But also, for some reason, I feel like compared to the last Sasuke and other Sasukes, he's underutilized. I don't see a lot of people using him too much. Besides, Rage is probably one of the biggest pushers for this character, and Playco uses him from time to time.
Use her, right, Playco?
What?
A lot of French players use that Sasuke.
Oh my god.
Well, you know what they say, the French people love their sausage. I mean their Sasuke.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Yeah, he's just all around a great character. His tilt is one of the best in the game. I would say his tilt is even better than Kane's in a lot of circumstances because you can't counter his tilt.
And it has a weird hitbox. It can hit you when you're in the air and on like
it can hit you slightly in the air. His tilt is really good.
He has a lot of jutsu options. He has a good grab.
He can get the same fireball as the other Sasuke.
He has a really good first hit. He has a great air combo priority. Doesn't he have like
Like you can't get out of his combo if you hollow step shuriken.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that's if you can master that, he can be really, really good.
Yeah.
His awakening is just, you know what it is. Pretty,
Yeah, Awakening's good.
Really good.
His grab has a big hitbox, and it lingers.
Yeah. All around, just a really good character. I would say he's a lot more technical than the last Sasuke. He's not nearly as brain dead, but if you fully utilize what he can do, you could do a lot in competitive, for sure.
Yeah, I prefer that Sasuke. He's my favorite one.
And above Rene Sharingan Sasuke, we've got Alive Hashirama, which Playco would probably. Would you say he's a brain dead character?
a little, but not as brain dead as the other Hashi, but this Hashi has good guard pressure. Sometimes you can jail people. His jutsu's good, his grab is really good. It stays on the field for a long time. His air combo has a long back hit. It lingers so
You can make him
long.
have the shuriken, Playco.
Yeah, he has a Shuriken jutsu. He has two combos where it does the full combo off a guard break and they do massive damage.
Yeah, you could pop a attack up pill, do the full down. What is it? Down combo.
Down combo. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Especially when he has that much guard pressure, you're going to get a few guard breaks now and then.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, so he's all around decent. Very good. Above Alive Hashirama, we've got probably the most defining competitive character in Naruto, which is Pain. And the reason I say that is because Pain is, as a character, and like I said before, one of the best designed characters of the game. He can probably fit into almost any team, and he's very easy to pick up, and also has a skill cap. So I would say that this is a great character, whether or not you're a veteran or beginner.
He works on anyone. He works with anyone.
Yeah, he's got a lot of just great things in everything he does. His combo string is very good. It has a lot of great properties for each one. For example, his first hit is very fast. His second hit has a lingering hitbox that can stop a dash. His third hit with the almighty push can bring someone back into the combo who's sub behind you. And his neutral end hit with the missiles can sub you in the same spot. And I mean, I just listed all those things, and that's just one part of his combo string. So
His up combo does a good chunk on guard pressure.
His tilt has a long range and it's pretty fast.
Yeah, and
air
his
combo-
tilt is easy to get. Like if you predict them gonna, counter your tilt, it's easy to counter their counter with Pain.
His air combo has a lot of range on it, and it does a good amount of damage. His grab has massive priority, it has massive phantom reach on it. Like, it
Right.
looks like it doesn't touch you, but it does. His
Probably-
jutsu-
also probably one of the best supports in the game, just because
Yeah, his jutsu.
his
jutsu
jutsu,
stops his jutsu stops him from dashing.
yeah, and
Even-
coupled with the fact that he's a strike back, it means it's kind of like you're reading someone's movements. You call out Pain, and then you get a strike back from him,
His
from that
jutsu
same
stops
character.
Everything pretty much.
His neutral combo is like Orochimaru's. You can switch in between and you can get a pill into an ultimate.
I would say
Even his
the
ultimate I really like even just throwing
Yeah.
out his ultimate can be used sometimes.
His chakra shuriken too are really good.
probably
Yeah,
the
they're
biggest
quick.
weakness to Pain, since we're listing, there's a lot of strengths to Pain, but I would say his biggest weakness would probably be his air combo. Just
That
sheer,
back hits.
I was gonna say sheerly for the fact of recovery frames. If you whiff an air combo
I-
with Pain, it can be a little
I
bad.
think his air combo isn't as I think it can still be used though. Like using
Yeah.
other characters and then switching to him at the end could be really good.
His awakening is you already know what his awakening does. He gets a bigger
His
Yeah.
tilt.
awakening is really good.
He gets a bigger tilt. He has missiles that stun lock you. He has the chakra absorb action that takes your chakra and stuns you for a long time. And if someone's not there, you can just pull them in with his tilt.
Right. Yeah, so honestly, if you're considering building teams, if you're trying to look for anyone to use, Pain is just all around good for all purposes. I would truly label him an all-purpose character. So,
Yeah.
above Pain, we've got Last Naruto, which is probably Playco's most hated character.
No, I hate Nagato more, but
Oh, okay. We'll get to him then.
no, I despise Last Naruto because he's on everyone's team. Because since no one can think of how to build
Now,
a team,
would you call this character brain dead, Playco?
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
Okay, now there's a lot of players in the community, a lot of people who can't speak English or whatever reason, and these people will use Last Naruto. And Last Naruto is really just a very easy character. He's very easy, but what makes him insane is
Still
that
good.
pretty much everything you do with Last Naruto is a good option, and I mean, you can throw out jutsus even if you don't mean to. You can tilt if you don't mean to. There's not a lot of precision with him. You can whiff things and still hit people. His combos have his down combo is just, oh my god, it connects even if
His down combo
you're not close.
does a ton of damage. It does full down combo on guard break. You could use an attack tilt, do the full down combo.
Now, just to give you guys some perspective, when my controller was broken, I would play with Last Naruto because my analog would always flicker and I would always mistakenly do a tilt, but with Last Naruto it never mattered.
Oh
Yup.
So that just gives you some perspective.
Oh my god.
When Last Naruto does his tilt, you could trade with him, but since the hit on his tilt stuns you for so long, he gets a hit confirmed before you do. It's insane.
And I think we haven't touched on it, but obviously his biggest weakness would probably be his awakening, which isn't good.
I don't think it's terrible though. I don't think
it's not
his
terrible.
awakening is terrible. But yeah, what Playco just said, I think his biggest weakness is when he subs in the same spot. Cause that's
Let's not forget, Last Naruto, his up combo on guard is insane.
His up combo on guard is crazy.
And he has the best, I think he has one of the best jutsus in the game.
Yeah, his jutsu is crazy.
How are we doing on time?
Pretty good, I think.
Okay.
When someone has Last Naruto, they're just using it for his jutsu. Because they can't think of how to make a real fucking team. They're just gonna go to this person, like Dimwar does.
What? Wait, what? Wait, are you talking about? No, Playco's trying to fire shots, but the thing here...
always uses fucker.
I mean, I used him when I had a broken controller because I still wanted to play competitive Naruto, even though my analog was broken. So...
What about, like... Alright, then what are your Yu-Gi-Oh with Last Naruto?
We'll get to Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll get to those characters.
I think Playco wants to talk about this.
Alright, so now we're getting to probably one of Playco's most famed characters, Obito, the raging version. And he's not the only one raging when Playco uses him.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
This character has just a lot. He's a counter pick for multiple characters, and he's also just by himself very good. If with the right supports, you don't really have to switch as much as you normally would. He's got probably top 5 or top 10 tilt, top 10 at the very least. His combos are he has an extension in his down combo.
His mash is pretty good.
Yeah, his mash is very good. Anything else you want to say, Playco?
Did you guys mention his tilt?
I talked about his tilt. Yeah, his tilt's crazy.
His tilt, you're gonna use it for going past people that like to GP switch all the time. It's pretty good for getting out of situations. Now, to be good with this character, like as powerful as he is, like to use his tilt, you need to have precise muscle memory, like I do, to even execute this god. And
Oh my god.
Oh my
that's all I
god.
have to say. What else?
Do you have any recommendations for how to use him? If you're
Any tips for how do you say the difficulty is for picking up this character if someone wanted to use a top A tier?
If you're gonna use him for his tilt, then you better know what you're doing with him.
Oh my god, you better be no Playco's not a good teacher, guys. I apologize.
Like, look at Hanzo and Storm.
Why don't
3,
you
like,
give him a simple tilt, like not to use his regular jutsu?
oh yeah, what jutsu? That's terrible. No, but Storm
Okay,
3,
don't.
you had
Okay,
Hanzo, so-
beginner's tip number 1: don't pick the stick.
Alright.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up Obito.
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done? Okay. What else?
Storm 3, when you had Hanzo's tilt and you would just mindless, brain dead, use it all the time, you can't do that with Obito and get the same results. You gotta know every situation when to use it and make
Yeah,
sure it
Playco was
works.
saying you can't use this Obito like you used the last Sasuke, pretty much.
Right,
Oh my
saying-
god.
He's saying you have to think when you use him.
for sure. All right, so above Obito, we've got the Raikage, and
Oh
I'm very
my
excited to
God.
be talking about this character, so I'm going to take the
Yo,
spotlight.
the Raikage.
Raikage is one of my favorite characters in the game, and I
He is
would.
the strongest black character in the game.
He is my new main, and I would coin the term for calling him Ratatouille because I find I find he resembles a chef from Ratatouille that you might see in the Pixar movie. Let's see, what to talk about for this character. Well,
I created him.
All
Alright,
three
he's-
must use him.
Hell no.
he's got probably the greatest damage output in the game off of a stun, which is pretty huge. He has
Yeah,
great hitboxes. He has a very good jail. He has an ultimate that serves not just as an ultimate, but a way of moving around and passing through things.
You go through Madara's jutsu with Raikage's ultimate.
Oh my god.
But you gotta make sure he's wearing the cape. Unless you wanna have
Exactly.
to pick him first.
Okay, beginner's tip. Don't mess this up. Pick the Raikage with the cape. Seriously.
And don't switch his ultimate. Keep
Don't
the
switch
one
his
that's
ultimate.
His jutsu, his regular jutsu is pretty good. It's not that bad. His tilt is useless. He has a
I would argue that his till is actually not useless. So that's one point we disagree on. But I would okay, here's for anyone who uses Raikage, I would categorize his till as this. Don't use his till if you're trying to hit someone, because that's not how you're supposed to use that tilt. But if you have no chakra and you're trying to get close, it's a viable means of closing in, if you want to do it that way, because that's how I use it. But otherwise, it's not too good.
His air combo, it can if someone's on the ground, no, not even on the ground, he can do his full air combo on someone's guard, and then you can do your ground combo easy. If you sub the air combo and you dash when he has his hands over his head, he'll put you in the air combo.
Yeah. As you can see in my YouTube video, he's not a god man. If you ever want to check that out, you will see it in action.
His up combo, his up combo has a
Alright.
great.
It's just
great-
mostly his damage is insane, and he has the
his up
on
combo
guard
game.
pressure, and he can do the full down combo on guard break.
Oh my god.
That's
And-
the
His
biggest.
awakening, when you awaken with him, you're gonna, when they're jump blocking in the air, you're gonna dash and then do the air combo on their guard so that they get stuck.
Huh?
So right after Raikage, we're getting into the top 10 characters of Storm 4. And these are the 10 characters that pretty much rule the game. The lords, the gods, however you want to call them.
Oh my god.
But in this case, number 10 would be a queen, and she is my queen.
Oh my god.
She is.
Oh my god.
She's
Are you
my
talking about
queen. She is my
talking
waifu.
about Arm? Oh my god.
She is the mouse queen.
I was
She-
the first person to use her.
She is Yugito. And
Army.
Yukitoni.
Oh my god.
so let's see. I know me and Rage have a lot to say, but
Yeah, we
To keep
named the
it-
mouse and the rat.
Oh my god.
so here's basically the thing with Yugito. Yugito can beat any character in the game if you use her correctly. She has all the tools you need for all strategies of fighting, whether or not you're trying to play defensive and zone, or be up close and jail, or have just combo priority. She really is just great at everything, besides her jutsu, probably.
Her jutsu's not bad though. It's just
You're right, it's not terrible, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what makes her a top 10 character. She can do anything, and on top of that, she has a lot of conversions, especially her air combo, which teleports her in the last few frames. Yeah, she can pop defense down tags off of her regular combo. She can stop chakra dashes. All around, just insane. Very good. What do you say? Anything else to add?
She has multiple back hits.
Yeah,
her
her mash. Her mash
if
is
someone-
great.
If someone is above you and you do your air combo with her, she can lift herself up. And oh my god. It's like Yugito ate some bad catnip and she got Down syndrome.
What the hell?
She is beatable if you know how to get around certain things though.
Her air
Like if
combo,
you know it,
she can sometimes stun lock you with it and reset into a ground combo. It's pretty good.
yeah. She's beatable though if you know how to get around certain things.
With the right support setup, she is ridiculous.
And definitely a top 5 tilt in the game.
Oh hell yeah.
What you call it? She's definitely beatable. Like if you know that they're about to do the tilt, you can jump, dodge it, and then chakra dash for a confirm on them.
Right.
And that's something you have to do kind of against her.
So pretty much the gatekeeper for the top 10 Stormfort characters. Very
I'd rather
good.
say that for Shino.
No, because he's number 9. He's not number 10, so you can't.
He's a gatekeeper. He was the gatekeeper before patch, and he's the gatekeeper now.
Okay, well, so here's where we get to kind of our disagreement. So the biggest part about this tier list that was controversial was Yugito and Shino's placement. So coming in at number 9, we got Shino, and he is the Bugmaster himself, and it is no surprise that a roach like Playco would enjoy
God.
using a Bugmaster.
I'm a descendant of the Lord.
So we'll let Playco lecture us about the roaches and the flies for a bit, since this is his main character.
Alright, if you want to beat Shino, then you just have to directional set his bugs. And you don't recklessly button mash against a square character, obviously.
Okay,
he has
but...
two
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
His tilt it's decent, and actually, if you do his tilt and you switch, and then before they get sent in the air, or when they're about to, you throw a kunai and make that stun lock, and you can do an ultimate. You're not going to be using his grab or his ultimate. His jutsu is you always have to do it after you get a counter off. His awakening, if you're not Minato or throwing jutsus out or switching to go in front of the awakening actions, then he can really do a lot of pressure on you and take your chakra, take your chakra gauge, and
Yeah.
and just build up the damage.
Yeah,
And
pretty much
a
what
character-
Playco is saying is that
A character like Gino, you need the right supports to back him up.
yeah, Playco is pretty much saying that Shino has, like, he's a great character, like, he's really good, but, like, you have to play technical with him, you have to know what you're doing. Like, you can't just pick him up and use him.
Yeah.
Like oh my god.
Yeah, what do you think about his awakening? That's pretty good, right, Playco?
Yeah, also a
Yeah.
top 5 awakening. Yeah. All around just very great character, and Playco uses him, so he's arguably Playco pushes his character more than anyone else, but
Everyone else sucks with him.
I don't even know if that's arguably, I think that is just the fact of the matter right there.
yeah.
No one else can use him.
So above Shino at the top of A, being the gatekeeper to S, we've got
Oh god.
Sage Mode Hashirama, and you all know that he has what?
Should we use that footage of that time I got hit with all those back hits in the 3?
Huh.
Oh my god.
We can say that later.
That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, okay, if you guys are watching, we might put that in, depending. So, yeah, Sage Mode first Hokage, he's got some good wood. He's got some really good wood.
He's got the morning wood.
He's got the morning wood, he's got the afternoon wood, and...
He's got the night wood.
Oh my god.
So, if you guys are facing this character, you already know what it's like. He's a masher. He's a mash character. He probably has one of the most annoying combo strings in the game. Pretty much, I would say most of his strength comes from his combo string, along with his shuriken jutsu, which is just a retardedly strong zoning technique. Often, I mean, if you're just getting into competitive, this is a character that's usually banned, as well as everyone above him, pretty commonly banned. This is kind of like the hallmark of where things get questionably broken, and whether or not they should be used, because a lot of things about this character you don't have to work with to get the reward you want. You can get a lot of damage off of doing really simple things.
He has the second strongest combo in the game.
And yeah, I would say you don't have to think too much with this character. Would you guys disagree?
Well, you don't have to think much with him, but
kind of do sometimes.
if you learn how to use like support combos and stuff, that can make it even better. Like if you learn how to do that, then he becomes even worse.
He's not that hard to beat when you know how to like counter his combos.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's an idiot.
Oh, you can tell.
Alright, yeah, so pretty much wraps up Sage Mode First Hokage. Now we are getting into S, and S tier characters are, well, if S plus is broken, then these are the retards. We'll just leave it that way. The retards and then the broken. Or, yeah, I guess that's how you should put it.
S is usually also probably... Things in S are usually banned as well, I would say.
Yeah, I would say from First Hokage up, those are the characters you want to ban. Yeah,
well, First Hokage and below are like questionable whether people ban them or not, but these characters are usually always banned.
I mean, maybe besides six. Well, we'll talk about why Six Paths Madara is there, but so basically, what defines these tiers are all these characters have qualities that are considerably broken or just retarded. So yeah, if you're just getting into this game, these are the characters you want to watch out for, because don't feel bad if you lose to these retards, because like we said, they're retards. So at the hallmark, we've got what I would coin as the Dokiho, and that is Tayuya. And the reason I call her that, anyone who's experienced against Tayuya knows exactly why. She is a hoe for her Dokis. Her Dokis carry her as a character. Um, she's. I mean, okay. Let me break it down for you. This is how you play Tayuya. You summon out the fat Doki. You sit behind him and suck his cock, and he takes up all your hits, and then you win the match. That's how you play Tayuya. And I don't know if Playco or Rage disagree.
Her
Oh
regular
yeah, you throw
jump
out the
shuriken
shuriken.
does the most in the game by any character by like 3 times that of like any other character, which is stupid.
Her bottom Doki is useless. You're gonna be using the big fat
Yeah,
piece of
if you
shit.
want to hide behind the fat guy, you could do that, where you could play a little bit more homosexually aggressive. You can use the mummy Doki. Yeah, the drunken.
Which a lot of Tayuya players don't use because they don't need to go that far into the character.
They don't know how to use the mummy.
But
honestly.
you can use the
And
mummy
that's
Doki
kind of a
if you like-
testament. Like, you don't even have to go very far into this character to be good with her. You just need to know a few things. And honestly,
if you use the
yeah, go ahead.
If you use the mummy Doki, you pretty much just want to call him out, do circle one time, jump, and then do a shuriken.
Yeah.
Now, what you're gonna try and do against a Tayuya is to mess up the camera angle of the Doki, and they can't really. Well, for the mummy, he can't touch you, which is pretty annoying.
And then hurt.
Yeah.
The best counter for Tayuya is Setsuobito so that he can tilt through the Doki. But even if that person has a dash cut, oh my god, that's
Her
really
jutsu is perfect for her too. Her jutsu is stupid. Alright, so you guys want to tell people who they should pick if they have to verse this stupid character?
Oh, right. Okay, so basically, here's the biggest thing to know. If
Shisui, Mitsuki Danzo,
yeah,
Minato,
Danzo, Shizui,
Minato, Jubito.
That Berserk Obito, Jubito. If you're versing this stupid character, try to pick one of those characters.
And I would say that with Tayuya, she's probably the most polarizing character in the game. In that, like, you really need specific characters to fight her more than almost anyone else. There might be like one or two others.
I would disagree with that. I think you can beat her with any character in the game, but you have to play so smart while they don't have to work for anything. Like, you have to play so smart, and you can't let them get health lead. Or they can just sit there like an idiot behind the stupid fat guy.
As smart as you can, if they got dash cut, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You gotta get health lead at the beginning of the game before their dash cuts even come out, and then if they do start spamming their stupid shuriken, you don't stop moving to the side.
Rich,
for sure.
What if you're playing someone with a laggy connection like the Brazilians?
Oh god. Okay, here's a tip for you beginners or anyone else competitive. If you're fighting a Brazilian Tayuya, just close your app. Don't waste any time. There's no point. And don't feel bad about it. Seriously. Alright, so above Tayuya, we've got Six Paths Madara, and out of all these characters, he probably takes the most skill to use in S tier. But there is one reason why he's here, and that is his awakening, which is the best awakening in the game. And that's why whenever you see this character, people usually just ban his awakening, not much else. But
yeah, his awakening is stupid. Having to verse that, like, awakening, like, if they go into that once a game, I mean, there's a bar health at least. If they go into that twice a game, oh my god, you lost a round already.
When I'm doing, well, and then let's not forget he has a great jutsu to stall.
Yeah, his jutsu is perfect to stall into his stupid awakening multiple times a game. This is stupid.
He can catch runners by his tilt, so he switches places with the limbo.
Yeah.
His combo pressure. He
can deal with almost any situation. He's another one of those characters.
His combo pressure on guard it's not no. But when you got them in a combo, or let's say you sub and you just start matching with him, his priority is just as fucking annoying or of a problem as like Kakashi, because his second hit into the rest of it, it's pretty It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he has a down combo infinite where you could do the down combo, cancel to a pill, and then go to a defense down and keep comboing, and maybe even get a team ultimate off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
His air combo has a stun lock when you slow it down. And weird. The only way to fight his awakening is like keeping Maru tilt, Setsu to tilt throughout jutsus maybe, or even run away in the air. Like just get away from that shit.
Yeah,
Or
don't try
hold
and fight it usually.
Or
You just kind of want to
sub-
wait it out.
Instead of getting your guard destroyed, you can sub the combo early and counter behind him, because since he has like 50 million back hits, right?
Yeah.
Well, the one way that I tackled this awakening was putting in a rule where you can only awaken once. So as
Even
long
then,
as
you're still getting screwed over that one time he does awaken.
Yeah. As long as they just deal with the awakening right, then that's their chance.
If they don't know how to use their awakening, they'll be using the clone, sending them out with the left bumper. If they actually know how to use the awakening, they'll
then
use
the left
shuriken.
Then the left one it crashes the game. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're using, a lot of people that use that awakening use the left bumper, which honestly isn't that good. What I do is I usually let the last one hit me, and I just lock and let the last one hit me, and then I just stay on the ground trying to waste time for his awakening to run out. If you're actually smart using that awakening, you'll use that stupid shuriken and keep them in place so they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so pretty much talked about him for a while.
Now we're up to
Playco's favorite.
Oh, God.
Nagato.
Nagato.
So with this character, we talked a little bit about players who push the character, and if you want to talk about players who push Nagato, you'd probably say 85% of the community would be pretty notable. So if you just got Storm 4, a very easy way to win if you want to just pick up the game and win is pick Nagato. This is probably the most beginner friendly character in the game. So yeah, I mean, do you guys want to say much? Because there's a lot to cover.
Let's start. So his first 3 hits are pretty, you can't dash it, I think. His shuriken make you sub in the same spot. His combo pressure on guard, you can't. The only character that can break out of it is, say, Jobuto, which is the second hit. The rest, good luck. His almighty push subs you in the same spot 5 times. Yeah. He's got the same awakening actions as Pain.
His ultimate is stupid.
He has the easiest infinite in the game. Oh my god. And his tilt, the difference between his tilt and Pain's is that his lingers, but Pain's it goes out more and it's faster. Yeah, I think his biggest thing is that he can rack up a lot of damage pretty easily and keep you subbed in the same spot. Yeah. This character takes no skill. I don't care.
He's an idiot. That character is stupid.
Yeah, for sure. You have anything you want to say, Rage?
You could be in the air. You could be in the air and he's still touching your toes with his combos. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I think we should move on.
Alright. So, above Nagato, we've got Storm 3 Kakashi.
AKA Great Ninja War Kakashi. With the regular older version.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, if you want to... Okay, I guess someone who's pushed this character is By Cody. And if anyone knows By Cody, he's kind of a retard.
Oh my god.
No. And that just goes to show that you can go far not being very smart using this character. And this is a character similar to Nagato, who doesn't require a lot of precision. You can really press circle most of the time and get people. You just can't. Okay, a thing with these three characters, Nagato, Kakashi, Neji, they all have this similar trait. You cannot dash them when they're mashing. It's just that simple. And the fact that they take out a whole approach option is pretty broken.
With Kakashi, like his first hit is fast, it doesn't go out far, but it has a lot of lingering frames on it. So he could throw out his hit, you wait like half a second, then dash him, and it still hits you. His legs have, oh my god, he should be a paraplegic where he has no legs, because they will always catch you like 5 feet away. I have video proof of that. And then his up combo jail, we all know it. His lightning blade jutsu sets in the same spot when you switch, and his awakening he's got good awakening actions. Like it's super fast and it can break your guard easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much else to say really.
War one though. If you want them actions. He's an idiot character. You just gotta press circle.
Yeah, all he has is circle.
And the only character stupider than this one we've got, right above him, is Neji.
Nah, what do you mean it's more stupider? We're not done yet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, above Kakashi we got Neji. And Neji is, I mean, the reason he's above Kakashi is, I basically see him as the same thing but better. He's really just the same thing but better, because he mashes and he has more stuff. He has an insane projectile. He has conversions. Oh my god.
His jutsu. His air palm is a great air jutsu.
Air palm jutsu is one of. I've seen that thing start going one direction and then instantly turn around a lot of times. That makes no sense. Like he'll start the animation in one direction and then he'll turn around instantly and shoot it the other way.
His tilt has great reach. It can even stun lock the person. It causes strike back. Now his combo pressure, his fingers of the Hyuga style. We all know.
Hyuga style finger jutsu, yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah, not much to say about this Neji. He's a retard.
He has an air combo stun lock. He can hit your toes like Nagato. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's
so if anyone, if you're new to clan battles and they don't ban these characters, just I wouldn't accept a clan battle unless these characters were banned.
If they didn't ban these characters, you better be picking them as well.
Just to yeah, for real. And just to mention, before I forget, our intention is for this tier list to be official and for everyone to use this. So and it would also make communication better if you just say, okay, let's ban the S tier characters, and so on and so forth.
No S plus, no S tier, no like that.
Yeah. All right. So now we're getting into S plus, and these are the gods of the game. So we've got in order Choji Stomach, Tamari, and Kage. Oh, did I say Choji Stomach? I'm sorry. I meant all dash cuts. So.
Oh my god.
So here's the thing with dash cuts. We didn't put any individual characters because this isn't about the characters. This is about the support type, which encompasses all dash cut characters. And the reason is very simply because it's not the characters that matter, it's the support function. And the function of dash cut in competitive Storm is just broken, simply because it removes the main approach option in the game, and it is very glitchy. It has problems, and it's too much.
If we make a clip, we can show them dash cuts popping out in the air, right, Playco?
Oh my god.
They come out in the air and block your dashes, which is stupid.
Now, I
let's
mean,
talk
there's good support types in competitive. We would say strike back is probably a staple. Strike back is the most favored type, and break guards, charge guards, etc. But dash cuts are really where it gets too far, where it's like, I mean, certain teams that use dash cuts are just almost unstoppable.
like Taiki.
Yeah,
Yeah, this dash cuts are usually banned from all competitive play, unless you're playing literally with no rules.
Now the two things, or the three things with dash cut. Sometimes when you dash it, it doesn't even fall down.
Yeah, and so therefore
let's
they
say-
can pop up again.
Let's say I have a combo on you, or I'm doing a combo on you and I want to extend it. If I dash, like the dash cut pops up and it ends the combo. And the last thing, this has been thinking since the beginning of the game, it doesn't register to the team gauge. They never fixed it, so you could have an infinite dash cut.
For the whole game.
Yes,
yeah, that's awful.
that's a glitch. And that, I don't know. That's
Every other team type registers to the team gauge except dash cuts. So therefore they can literally be there the whole game if you want them to. Which is pretty dumb.
Yeah. Alright, so right above all the dash cut characters, we have Tamari. And I mean, this is a character who's literally broken because of one specific thing about her. And that is
God.
her cover fire, which makes her a broken character. I mean,
As
you
a
guys want to
character
talk about...
herself,
Yeah.
as a character herself, she's not
that
good.
bad.
She's
Well,
not.
no,
She's not bad, but she's not a good character. I'll put it that way. Like, she's not good. Like, the only thing that makes her great is her cover fire functionality.
when you
That
do
thing
the
can
square
sub you
combos,
multiple times, and it stuns you for the longest.
you do multiple. No, when you do her square combos, sometimes you can't dash through her because of the fan. And then let's talk about her. When you ninja move kunai with Tamari, it does chip damage on your guard. Regular kunai, and so as a cover fire, she allows you to break out of any combo pressure in the game, except Darwi's when he does it on your guard. But you could use her cover fire to start up a combo, to extend combos, to catch someone off guard. What else? And so her fan, well, she has her wind. You could sub in the same spot, but then when you're gonna punch someone because they're still open, the fan knocks you away, so you can't touch the person.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much it for
She's
Tamari.
just broken for her, her cover fire ability. That's it.
And then above Tamari, we have the ¡1 spot, the best character in the game. And Playco's already laughing like a girl. We've got Hail Tsukuyomi. It's Kaguya. She's the best character in the game. And
Oh my.
the rabbit goddess. This
Asshole.
What?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even hear you.
You're asshole.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to announce for everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's talk about Kaguya. She has a lot of broken things about her, but what it comes down to is her lava stage and her lava abilities. So
Yeah.
she can
You can't block
capitalize
her.
on
You
stun
can't
locks.
block her combos.
Yeah,
And
you can.
The thing that makes her really broken is that if they ever, what is it? If they ever sub, then they do the support combo. You have no options, right, Playco, at all.
Oh yeah, no options. You have to.
You have
you're
no
forced.
options.
If you sub the switch combo of her for her lava too early, then you're gonna either sub in the same spot or sub and get stun locked. And then, so you have to sub before she raises her second hand or when she does that. so that you don't get caught by more bullshit.
He's
So
an
since
idiot,
she can,
man.
since she can change the stage, she can control where you. It doesn't matter what map you pick because she picks where you play.
She's stupidly broken because of that one thing where she makes it so you have no options at all if you do that.
Yeah, when you do the switch combo, you can't even counter. So
She
let's say
also
I'm
has
on
an invisible wall that you can't even see on her
so
lava jutsu.
let's say I'm on the ground and I got roll up. She can do a switch hit, and that's a free setup. And
Yeah.
what else? When you do her
As a
lava
character,
jutsu, her lava jutsu brings an invisible barrier. If you use the jutsus that beat her jutsu, it still doesn't get rid of that wall. You can still get hit by it, and it allows any character to freely awaken because you can't get you'd have to dash, waste a sub, and make sure that modder doesn't awaken. And then
even the characters that are the best counter in the game for
Still
Kaguya
struggle.
aren't really a counter for a Kaguya.
Yeah, they're
Let's
really
just say that.
they're really just the only characters you could play with against Kaguya. If you
They're
want
the
to be
best
honest.
matchup characters, but still, it feels like you're kind of at a disadvantage because of how broken she is.
And then her
With
lava
her
combos,
giving you no options.
her lava combos have a big range over them. Like you can, you already know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the last thing, when I'm doing a combo on Kaguya and I want to dash, do a regular air dash, so I can not waste a lot of chakra, like I do with Shino, do 2 hits,
Yeah.
chakra dash. Square combo, I can't do it because she's able to block almost anyone's combos if you can't time it right. And then she can't get jailed. No one can jail her, so she can get out of any guard pressure.
Yup.
And if you use her tilt, she can back away from the guard pressure.
Yeah. It's awful.
Even her square combos are good. They do a good amount of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would say because she makes it so you have no options when she does the support combo, that kind of breaks the game.
And then, if you want to get out of her stun lock when you're in the air, you gotta make sure she doesn't do her 3rd hit. So you either throw a kunai before she throws the 3rd hit, or switch before she does it, and you're fine. But if she gets you in that combo, she's able to do so much. Oh my god! And her air combo is really good too. It redirects.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah. So that's pretty much Kaguya for you. And I guess we're gonna take a little bit of time to talk about characters that people might have wanted, and we're gonna address a few characters we considered but cut out. Because I know certain people, like maybe Yamanaka's Poison, wanted Ino on the list. So let's address why Ino isn't on here, if you'd want to.
God. No, Ino. She got no combo game. All she has is her shuriken that do poison damage, and that's it. I don't even think she has a combo cancel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so my perspective is I think Ino is a good character, but I just don't see her having the same tools as these characters on this tier list. I don't think she's on this. I mean, I really think if you push her, she could be viable, but it's a stretch, and it's harder than the other characters for sure. So another character maybe. I know Windy Sensei uses Suigetsu when he tries to push Suigetsu. So what do you guys think about him?
He's trash.
Okay.
That's that.
Have you ever
God.
thrown a bomb or a kunai with Suigetsu?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
That's terrible.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I'm sorry about you Suigetsu fans, but he couldn't make the cut. But if you guys,
What about the second Tsuchikage? Oh my
I mean, yeah,
god.
that's Sekisuchi Kage is one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna try and push him. Hopefully, next version of this tier list he'll be S plus. But
Oh my god.
Oh, no. What about the regular Tsuchikage?
Now, Kid with Autism does work with that character, but I don't know. Look, yeah, honestly, guys, though, if you're watching this,
What
if
about
you,
Discover
Pokemon
Malice's
style, they
regular Gara?
oh god. If you guys really bring these characters into competitive and do well with them, it might change this tier list in the future. So just keep that in mind. But for now, this is the finalized tier list. This is what we've come to conclude, basically.
Yeah.
And if you have any comments or anything you'd like to add, just add them in the comment section. We very much appreciate it if you spread this around. We're trying to get this around the community, and it would be nice to use this as reference. So thank you for watching, and that's it.